I've been leading worship since I've been kind of singing forever, but I've been a part of worship teams for a long time. Kind of turned my life around just like 5 years ago, and that's when I really started leading worship, certainly differently, not for myself. But I've been a part of Harvest now 2 years leading worship here, so I'm kind of a newbie, but I love it. There's nothing better than like standing up in front of people and encouraging others to worship our God, and it's an awesome thing we get to do.
Yeah, Seth is, he is maybe a newbie, but like you should hear this guy sing, you know? And I just know, like I look at some of the younger guys in our group, and I'm talking like I'm 50 or whatever, and I'm not, but like when I look at some of the younger guys in our ministry, and I just go, wow, like look at what God is raising up in the next generation and the next kind of wave of worship leaders. It's just really incredible to see. So
I got into worship leading through a guy who just kind of put me out there on the stage and just like let me find my strengths and my weaknesses, and that was like 17 years ago now. And
I was 2.
Yeah, and so I feel like the old guy.
You're
I've been
19.
at Harvest for 11 years, but all of those 11 years, it's been an extreme joy of mine just to be surrounded by guys who are younger than me, and so many people who are more talented and have different giftedness. It's a great joy to build a worship ministry around that.
yeah, for sure. You go. You haven't talked.
I started playing keyboards in a worship band in 2002, and the progression was band member, background vocalist, and then worship leader. And we only had one good mic, and the worship leader got to use it.
Yeah.
So 2002 I was playing keys, and then the worship leader left, another guy stepped up, and I became the BGV guy. Still had not a good mic, and then finally you get the good mic when you become a worship leader. But that was almost 7 years ago, and started leading worship in Mississippi, and then went on the road.
I
And
think your math is bad. You said
What?
2002.
yeah, but 2005 is whenever I got the good mic.
Okay, got it. Great. Sorry,
And,
just want to clear that up.
Then I went on the road for about 2 years, and then I met this girl here on the side of the street in Nashville, and yeah, she led me to Chicago, where I had my first conversation with Andy, which just blew my mind, and I was like, I need to get next to that guy and let some of that stuff rub off on me. So, yeah.
Yeah, and I've been leading worship since I was in high school. It started like kind of like Jacob, not so much playing keys. It was more singing BGVs and playing the tambourine, and then morphed into playing keys and singing BGVs, and then leading worship. And when I was younger, when I was in high school, that's where God really started to cultivate a desire to bring people into the presence of the Lord and before the throne of grace. And like, what a privilege and what a weight to carry, but such a responsibility and such a privilege. And the Lord really started to reveal that to me. And when I was in high school, and then I went to Liberty and led worship there. And when I was singing at convocation one day, our pastor came and spoke and called out a kid on the front row for not having his Bible, and so everybody sat up a little straighter. And then I get a phone call from him the next day. I'm like, why is James McDonald calling me? I had my Bible, you know? But he offered me a job, and so I've been here since then, about 6 years, and I've just grown so much. You know, like Jacob, I've just been super influenced by Andy, and he's just poured into us. And one of my favorite things that Andy always tells us is love the people more than the music. Right. And I love that, because that's what it's about, you know, like our focus is on the Lord, and our desire is to pull people into His presence and to pull people into just a deeper relationship with Him and into worship. And let's get our eyes on Jesus, because that's when things are going to change. And that's the best part. And like, let's love on these people. And it's really cool. You know this, and you've said this so many times, when you look out into the face of a crowd where you recognize the faces and you go, I know what that person is going through. Yeah. And they're worshiping the Lord in spite of it. Mm-hmm. And that inspires my worship too. Like, it's so powerful.